TNC really taking their time. Maybe just dealing with the Enigma in the lane would be the best possible route. The problem is Fnatic very versatile in their play, so it's not easy to predict. This Enigma could be put on position 4, it could be even put on position 5, and you never know. You really, really never know. So they're really taking their time. This pick is very important. You're gonna get responded by 2 picks, and they do go for the Omni Knight. I still think this Enigma is gonna have a perfect time. You can pair up the Omni Knight with something nice to go with it. It will actually help you deal with the Enigma, but it's not gonna be easy. There is an opportunity for a Shadow Demon right now if you want to go that route. If you're really afraid of the Omni Knight ulti, but to be honest, you shouldn't. After Omni Knight uses the Heavenly Grace, uses the ulti, Batrider is just gonna be free to do whatever he wants. Not the easiest hero to position with against the Batrider. It would lane against the Bat really well, but considering that this is most likely gonna be Bat mid, I have to say I'm not a fan of it. And it's definitely something that Fnatic was expecting. So them taking some time to respond might mean differently, but yeah, Omni Knight is not gonna be troubling the Alk at all. Right now, if this is a carry Alk, you need to crush him in lane. Usually not the way that you deal with the Alchemist overall in the game, that you win the laning stage against him, because he's still gonna come back very strong. But looking at the heroes of TNC, their ability to invade is very, very small.
Enchantress.
Okay, there's the Purge. So now you do have a Purge. There is going to be a Bristleback coming out. That is a hero that needs to farm as well. I think you're kind of hoping that the hero with the Heavenly Grace, once he gets an axe, is going to be able to deal with the Alchemist, but that is kind of debatable. In the best case scenario in this game with the Bristol, I guess you are playing against the Enigma though. You get the axe at 15, 16 minutes. At that point, Alchemist already has a Radiance, and the question is if you can actually pressure enough. And the answer might be yes, actually. I like the Bristle. It's not the worst. Considering that you have the Omni Knight, it actually might have the power to deal with the Alk. So you win the lane with the Primal Beast Rubik, you win the lane with the Bristleback Omni Knight. You delay the mid game, the early mid game with that. And now I think TNC with this approach, they need to be focusing on the lanes. That's why Fnatic will definitely be banning out some heroes that naturally deal well against the Batrider. They ban out the Puck though, so Storm is still in the pool, and Storm would be a perfect one for TNC in my mind. You have the Omni Knight to protect you while the Bristleback is farming. You can invade. You're actually pretty good in the lane against the Bat. You could go for an Ember as well, though I'd much rather see a Storm jumping into the backlines, getting kills. Seems like a better choice. But for now, Fnatic, let's see what they get. You can see I'm kind of hoping TNC get a good draft going their way, because the discrepancy in achievements in the past few
5 seconds. Hurry.
past few months, past year, who knows how long, have definitely been in Fnatic's favor, so they're coming in as the heavy favorites. And I'm kind of hoping the TNC can get themselves up with a good draft so that we can see some solid games. That's what we're looking for. I don't think Fnatic are going to be pulling their punches. They're still going to be playing Dota. They're still going to be trying to communicate, still going to try to play the best of their ability. Maybe they try some different things, different approaches, different movements on the map, but they're still gonna be playing 100%. In the worst case scenario for them, they'll be learning. And the Timber does come out. That puts the Enigma on position 4. Timber is a perfect hero to go with Enigma, and I like that they switched it up. When I saw the Omni Knight, I was like, Enigma is position 3 100%, but then once the Bristle comes out, you want to change that. Bristle can be an issue for a Timber if you pressure him early enough. The problem is, can you pressure him when the Enigma makes the creep? I think the easy answer is no, but we'll see if they'll be able to do it. They go for the Lina. It's not going to be a Storm. The Lina is a bit greedy for me. It does win the lane against the Bat, but the thing is, you go into the jungle. You cannot invade. If you come close to the enemies, you will suffer. So I'm definitely leaning Fnatic here. They do have some troubles with their lineup, mainly the not that many stuns, and even the ones you have can be purged off by the Omni Knight. But the overwhelming greed of TNC might just give the time for the Alchemist to get to that critical mass. You get to the critical mass, and TNC can't do much. On the other hand, TNC Um, if they manage to crush the Timbersaw in the lane, which can be done, I think this game could go their way. But I'm still leaning Fnatic for obvious reasons. I mean, even if the draft was kind of more into TNC's favor, a lot more into their favor, I'd still be leaning Fnatic. But there is some merit to this TNC draft. Their lanes just have to go really well. You make a few mistakes in the lanes, and you're gonna be in a lot of trouble for sure. For sure, because Lina, Bristleback, Primal Beast, these heroes, they can farm, but the problem is all three of them, if all three of them need to farm, there's just not going to be enough space on the map, especially whilst the Timbersaw is constantly pressuring you. A lot of pressure on Krish for sure. He's the one that needs to be finding the Timber every single time. So if this Timber lives from minute 10 to minute 20, no one kills him, it's just gonna be over. So that mid-game timing with Lina is gonna be very important. But with that being said, we are gonna be getting ourselves into the first game of the BTS Pro Series Season 12 Southeast Asia. Getting ourselves some awesome Dota here between Fnatic and TNC. As we mentioned, 3 best of 2s per day. And this is gonna be our first one. So for now, no one using the smoke, no one wanting to place those wards early on.
His brain is so big.
See? DJ says my brain is so big. It was 100% pointed at me.
Oh, they're just toying with us now.
See how the wards are looking at. Nothing too big. They are going to be starting with the unstable concoction. They see TNC perfectly. Mavis hasn't skilled up anything, but both of them will get stunned. Okay, now the positioning of the ward has definitely been shown. At least that it's on the left from the tower. We'll see if that's going to be the case. If it gets the warded, probably not right now.
1 minute until 30
DJ, the only
seconds
one
after
that
battle.
is, or DJ and Asta, the only ones that are kind of not a part of that top part of the map right now. But overall, should be a quiet fight for the runes. Maybe TNC managed to secure themselves 3 runes, considering that the Enigma is not going to be a part of that one. That's why I'm kind of weirded out that Asta isn't coming there. Nah, not going to be happening. Very nice positioning for Fnatic.
Time for Fantasy World
Maybe
Battle
Fasta was
Pass
here, they would have
returns
secured that one, but they'll be
tomorrow.
happy with a 2 for 2 on the side of TNC, and it's not gonna be that bad. DJ playing the Enigma. I'm curious to see what he's gonna be doing with this one. If you don't get level 2 Eidolons, you probably shouldn't be using a lot of them in the lane against the Bristleback. It is just gonna be feeding Asta. You can see his positioning. This is the thing. Level 1, level 2. This is the timing for TNC. Once the Timber gets level 3, it's gonna be a bit different. Of course, now the reactive armor is a bit different as well. You need more stacks. So that might actually give an opportunity for the Bristleback to go forward. As far as I know, the reactive armor now gives more armor, less HP regen, but my math might be wrong. No, it's more of everything actually than it used to be. Okay. Either way, looking at the Timbersaw, he is probably gonna have a solid time. I really want to see Asta pressuring him, but the question is how much can you do that with the Omni Knight? Omni Knight can be annoying to one hero, but when there are units, it's a problem. So I'm liking what DJ is doing. On the other hand, I'm liking what Mavis is doing. Both of the supports in the bottom lane know exactly what their job is. And DJ, yeah, he's farming the small camp. That is so smart, actually. Looking at the top lane, Carlo, Bok against Raven and Junewell. This is the one where you really need to pressure the Alchemist. This is why the Enchantress was picked. It is a hero that can be problematic for you. Just apply so much damage with Impetus. It's very annoying. Almost no hero can trade with it, really. Even when you're like a Dazzle and you use the Poison Touch, the Enchantress just stands her ground and wins the trade. So this is the thing. Make sure that that Raven doesn't get completely obliterated in the lane. If that doesn't happen, the top tower will stay up for as long as possible, giving Raven more farm. Obviously, you don't want to be going towards the triangle anytime soon. You want to stay in your top jungle around the outpost, and if the top tower is alive, it is most definitely going to allow him to do so. Mid lane, Krish versus I'd say expected. Delina wins the lane against anyone. Batrider, when it comes to last hitting, just isn't the best of heroes. Even with the buffs to the sticky napalm, it's just not there. Level 4 is where it starts becoming dangerous for Delina. One rotation from the Enigma that is most likely going to be in the jungle. You get Malefice onto Delina and Krish dies. So that is something that Delina will have to be afraid of. And I think it's the way for Fnatic to kind of utilize their Enigma in the early game. At least frightening Delina while the Enigma is missing is going to be big. For now, not going to be the case, and we can see that all lanes are going well for the side of TNC. Of course, Enigma is just getting a ton of farm, but some of those are jungle creeps. Top lane, Raven. Going for Bok, who does have a point in Onslaught, but not going to be going anywhere. What is BDZ doing, or Carlo? Okay, he went for the bounty rune. Nice rotation. And now he's looking towards the mid lane. Okay, no, that was actually just a move. Get the ward down. Very nicely done. They didn't go for it immediately, understanding it might get denied by Fnatic. And now he's going to be getting some much nice needed golden experience on this Rubik. So far, so good for TNC. They're not getting kills, but they're not pressuring themselves into being super aggressive. The problem, of course, lies in that Timber has gotten everything he needs, and that's a problem. And now Junwell, the uproar, the onslaught, they're going for him. This should be the first blood. Junwell dropping low, and there it is. Bok does get the last hit, and it is gonna be a first blood for TNC, and the first kill that we see in the tournament so far. Not that cool of a kill, not a big 5-man fight in the river, but it's still gonna be a first blood going the way of Bok. And we know, we already talked about it. Primal Beast. It is a hero that doesn't catch back up that easily. This hero needs to do well, and Bok is most definitely doing that right off the bat. So Juno will come back. No points in Nature's Attendance. Kind of the reason that he died. You know, though some people right now, they say if you don't want to max out the Nature's Attendance, just don't get him. The spell has been nerfed in terms of duration, so Juno probably following that logic. Not gonna be going that round, but having 2 points in enchant, you know, Enchantress will use her beauty and will get those creeps. But top lane, Bok now gonna start with a trample. Raven will be fine. Now in the mid lane, Armel being a bit aggressive. There's 3 heroes around him. If they can connect with the stun, not even gonna attempt that one. Armel just way too fast. Firefly does expire. He didn't go for a point in Flame Break. Was a nice rotation in the mid lane there, you know, saving Delina and even threatening. But top lane, Primal Beast in a little bit of trouble. There's gonna be a stun from the Centaur Conqueror, and Bok does use the uproar. Should give him enough to survive, or will it? Actually, they're going forward the lift up, and Bok will be okay. Beautifully done by Carlo. He does save his buddy, gives him a healing salve. Obviously, with the high HP of the Primal Beast, not gonna be helping too much. Meanwhile, Mavis and DJ, an epic battle will still be there between the Enigma and the Omni Knight, but overall not gonna be not much is gonna be happening. DJ is only level 2. That is actually a big deal. Asta. Okay, this is nice. You have the Heavenly Grace. You remove the points of Whirling Death, and that's how the Omni is actually gonna be helping the Bristleback survive in this lane. You actually can't get the kill with the Timber. Even once you get level 6, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Right now, looking at the game, Fnatic have a slight gold lead. Obviously, the Alchemist is getting that, but look at this now. Lina getting blown into the fire, and we know how much oxygen can help with the fires expanding, and that's just gonna be too much damage onto Krish. I actually didn't expect him to die that fast, but it was just a couple of seconds, and he was dead. Mavis running over, didn't have a TP, and because of it, his Lina will suffer. If he was there with the Heavenly Grace saving him from the lasso, it would have been different, but this time around, not the case. Fnatic, they get themselves on the board. It took 6.5 minutes. But they should be happy controlling the map. We already talked about it. TNC, if they start falling behind, it's a problem. And they are starting to fall behind everywhere. Even this Lina is below the Batrider. And this is gonna go really bad really soon. Again, Junwell, he wants to get another Wildwing Grip or Hurricane. The ones gave them the kill on the Lina. Might give it again.
Radiant having unfortified structures.
Asta has to abandon the bottom lane. That will most definitely secure them the tower. Everything is going the way of Fnatic. They're just routinely doing everything. Raven though gets the stun on the top lane. Bok is trampling the ground. He wants to put Raven in it. But nope, no one is going to be dying there. He just gets himself out of it. And Raven will be fine. Just one rotation. Even if the rotation didn't come, I'm not sure that would have been a kill. No point. No pulverize was ready. But still, even if the kill did happen, the bottom tower does die. That will give more farm space to the side of Fnatic and even less to the side of TNC. Bristleback doesn't have the Vanguard still on Asta. Okay, he's very far behind. I guess the first few levels he could do well. But then Fnatic, they start pressuring the mid lane. Mavis goes there. Suddenly, it's a problem. The Bristleback is left alone and Jabs doesn't give him anything. So I'm... Already, every single TNC fan should start being very much afraid for this one. It's 1-1 in terms of kills. It's 2k gold lead. Not the worst thing in the world in 8 minutes, especially when having the Alchemist. But every single point of the map that Fnatic want, they're getting it. Hey, Bob comes over. He does have phase boots. Raven, though, will be protected there by his buddy Omni Knight. Coming over, and they weren't looking for a kill, they were looking for the stacks, and they did get quite a lot of it. Now Mavis, you're gonna have to pay for what your friends did, but that might not even happen with a beautiful LSA. Mavis is getting himself out. Nope, not gonna be happening. Just a few more hits, and it is actually gonna be the sticky napalm that gets the kill. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, TNC are trying to respond, and with 2 zaps, they will be finishing off DJ. Now with Armel TPing in, again gonna be eating LSA. Armel, though, he doesn't think that is something that stops him, and now he's gonna be showing Lina how fire should be used, and Lina just watches as her friend burns in front of her eyes. Armel gets a nice one, and now he's on a killing spree. 3-0 for the Batrider, pretty much the only one getting kills on the side of Fnatic, looking at his teammates and like, what the hell are you guys doing in this game? The only kills being done are by him so far, but overall that is his job. The other ones, Jabs needs to control the map. DJ needs to farm. Man, what a nice life that is. But speaking about a nice life, Alchemist is gonna get his head smashed into the ground, so not that nice at all, but gonna be fine. You know, nice approach from the Primal Beast. He wants to kill the Alchemist on the Ogre's shoulders, but unfortunately not how Dota works currently, so not gonna be happening. Polarize up in 15 seconds, so Bog definitely cannot threaten Raven's life. And now we see that problem that we talked about for TNC. They lose the lanes, and they need to go back to farming. And look at it. Krish going into the woods to farm the Ether Lens. Not gonna help too much. Asta only has the Vanguard. We talked about the ideal timing of the Ags being 16-17 minutes. Not gonna be hitting that one most likely. Those things starting to look grim. Let's see just how grim Ether Lens is done on Krish. So this is the time where the Lina can surprise people with the range. And that is something that TNC should be looking at. They cannot go for the invade of the jungle that easily. But what they can do is take the tower's posture aggressively, and if someone goes in, get those stuns in, get the damage out, delete a hero. That is what you have to do. That is how you have to start a fight. Having to do something and being able to do it are two different things currently, and Jabs does TP to the top lane. Hood of Defiance. Most of the damage on the side of TNC is magical, and they don't even have that much to begin with. DJ now coming to the mid lane. The black hole is ready. He will get lifted up. Carlo does not... Oh, what a hurricane. Getting DJ out of the stun. I think he got clipped by it, but in the end, it doesn't really matter because he was in a good position. We'll use the Midnight Pulse. Asta says, I don't care about that one. Continues getting snot out onto DJ, but just a little bit too deep. Armel threatening with the Firefly. Putting a line. You cross this one, you die. And TNC will get the memo.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked. Radiant's top tower is
Currently, Fnatic. Top lane. Timber a little bit too deep. This is a big kill if they can get it. Jabs though uses the fix, tries to get out, will get lifted, get back into the tower, a few more hits. Let's do it, and Krish will be getting him down. That is that kill that you need between 10 and 15 or 20 minutes. This Timber needs to die once, twice, maybe even 3 times for the game to be possible for TNC, and they'll be able to do it. Jabs a little bit too aggressive, so it's his mistake overall, but giving a little bit of breathing room to TNC when he is dead. Mavis, though, he might pay here, but there's going to be a nice stun from Christian. Doesn't have that much mana. Armel needs to be careful with the onslaught. Armel, you can be careful as much as you want, but he will be pulverized into the river. and that water will just wash him away. TNC, they get a couple of really big kills. If Jabs hadn't died on the top lane, it wouldn't have happened. So a little bit of a mistake, a little bit of overconfidence there. Testing TNC, how fast they'll respawn. And TNC did respawn pretty fast. Bottom lane, Asta, Midnight Pulse is there. They see him, but the Malefice is not something that he's afraid of. He just turns around with Mavis being behind him. Fnatic, they can't do anything. Raven is approaching the Radiance. Not gonna be the best of timings, but, you know, having the Soul Ring, Phase Boots, Bracer, even the stick, it's really solid farm on him right now. We're seeing that he's getting to actually get away from the rest of the heroes. Somewhat expected with the Alchemist. Doing well. Still level 5. The supports of Fnatic are actually pretty under-leveled. Mavis coming over, trying to slow down June well enough, and now with the Nature's Attendance, he'll be fine. The problem is, of course, Wild Wing Ripper doing its job, getting the kill in the on the mid lane tower, and now they will maybe kill the bird, but no. Just beautiful usages of the Hurricane there from Junewell. That will, however, of course, now be use the smoke from TNC, and they're moving towards the top lane. I like this. This was a fast one. No one's showing in the mid lane. Fnatic should start panicking right now. So let's see if Armel will be able to get out of this one. Him dying one more time before he gets a BKB will be really big. No more Firefly. Onslaught at the ready, will not be using it. Armel knows. If one hero stayed in the mid lane, maybe this could have worked out. But TNC using a little bit too many heroes. There's going to be an ops placed. Very nicely done there by Mavis. But other than that, the smoke won't give them much. Maybe they'll finally secure the tower. But I'm pretty sure Fnatic are okay with letting that one go. And 14 minutes in. I came into the game thinking these guys are going to be showing us a bloodbath. A true Southeast Asian fight. But Fnatic, they decide to go with an Alchemist and just kind of delaying the game. TNC, they would like to fight, but there is a limit to their heroes, how far out from their side of the map they can go. So, top part of the map will probably be something that TNC will try to claim. But you need to kill the Timbersaw for that. So I'm kind of curious to see how they'll be going about that one. The BKB on the Primal Beast is going to be quite big as well. Warp and Raider, mid lane, gonna be sent into its death. And Armel is dying. Okay, they feel like this is their timing when the Alchemist cannot really fight, but Raven is there, just throws out the acid spray with that minus armor. I don't know if we want to be fighting. The Primal Beast slowed very much. There's gonna be an unstable concoction getting on, and it's gonna be a black hole. Immediately canceled though, not gonna be that big of an issue, but Alina has been caught. That's your main damage dealer. They need to save Krish. They need to save him now. Not gonna be happening. She will burn out of this one. Doesn't have the Arcana, but her hair is definitely on fire. And Asta going for a TP out. Armel without the lasso cannot be getting it, but Raven on the other side will be securing the Omni-Knight, and Carlo, maybe even he is gonna be in trouble. Let's see how well Jabs can use his spells. Awesome. We all know how well this guy can play, though. Jabs, no, he needs to be careful. 2 whirling death stacks on him. It's time to run away. It's not only about him. If there's one standout performer from TNC overall during their downtime, ooh, Carlo goes in. Oh! Oh, that was such a cool attempt coming out from Carlo. But Jabs does go down. I just started to praise him, and I still praise him. That was a cool play. That was a really, really cool play. He needed just a couple of more damage points. Fnatic, though, with the defense of the mid lane tower, the timing that TNC were trying to get, it's gonna be a problem right now. The mid lane tower stays. You don't have ways to invade the enemy jungles, neither the small one nor the big one. And now with the Roche, it's gonna be even tougher. Let's see. They want to take this Roche. They want to defend the mid lane tower again on Fnatic. They'll be able to secure the Aegis onto Armel. So even not having a BKB, not gonna be that big of an issue. See now TNC, they think enemies don't have resources, but that's not really the case. Jabs is the only one, not really in position, no glyph, might be able to take this one. This is a good move from TNC. If it works out, maybe this Aegis not gonna be that big of a deal, and Fnatic did just let go. We don't want to fight. A smart decision, fighting right after you went into the Roche. You don't have the resources necessary. Just get yourselves out. Fnatic, they'll do just that. How are the BKBs looking though? Primal Beast, Bok, very close to it. Armel, just bought it, is being delivered. Top lane, Jonwell, gonna be spotting the Primal Beast. If you were a little Enchantress and you saw this kind of a beast in front of you, you'd be running away as well. So don't you dare call Jonwell a coward there. DJ, be Gonna be getting the rate back fairly soon. Man, TNC are not gonna have damage. They're not gonna have damage. They're already 10k goal behind. And Mavis, what is he supposed to do? Just give his life away. Not really anything they can do to help. Very interesting that he maxed out the purification. Yeah, I think they are kind of aware. Guys, we're missing out on the damage. How do we deal with that? Well, purification, you know, it can be a damage spell. Or even though on the bottom lane, can they get on top of him? They're gonna start stacking the snot. Where's the help? The help is coming from the other side. Bok uses the BKB, starts to polarize, smashing him into the ground. They open it up, and then they put him into the grave. Raven will die. Carlo gets the kill. That is gonna be a 9-second BKB, but a big kill going their way. The most farmed hero, DJ, though, is looking very much dead as well. Here comes the onslaught. The beast is roaring from the woods, and there it is, the purification. Did anyone laugh at that spell, its damage? Well, actually 3000 damage is not that small, and it will get the kill. So Fnatic, they lose 2. They overstay their welcome on the bottom lane. Without Armel, without the BKB on the Alchemist, they can't really fight, though. Now they're kind of gonna have both. And Asta, he just wants to finish his axe. Come on, guys, don't do this to me. Oh, was that a mistake from Armel? Not really. He will get the lasso. He gets it over the piggy. And Asta, he would really much like to run away. No man on the Batrider for the Firefly, so it might be a problem. Asta is trying to run away from this one, but Jazz from the other side will come and will start cutting him up. So Fnatic, they get themselves a piggy. Nicely chopped up. We'll see what they do with that one, but still 10,000 gold lead. It is not insurmountable, especially playing against the Alk, but it is becoming harder and harder for TNC. And the axe on the bristleback still isn't there. Even when he has it, it was now shown that he can die. Mavis is just torn. Where should I play? And I think that's kind of the way Fnatic are making moves. You see where the Omni-Knight is, and you go to the core that is not with him. TNC, if they stay together, they're gonna fall too far behind. So that's why now they go for smoke. They have to be the ones making moves. They know where their enemies are. They know that they have to fight. But if you do not respond right now, it's gonna be a problem. TNC are getting into position. Alchemist does have a BKB. The onslaught is being prepared, and the beast is coming over. Gonna lift him up into the air. The BKB is there, the Lotus Orb as well, but they find the Enigma. Enigma will getting smashed into the ground. Not enough. Timber being stunned. Jabs is gonna be completely fine for now, and Asta comes over to deliver some hits. No one really cares. The stun will get removed, and for now everyone will survive. The question is, do Fnatic want to fight here? Fighting is, they can do it, but not really the most optimal of options. All 5 heroes of TNC are there. They use the smoke. They got nothing other than defending their tower, and now they're in a very uncomfortable position from which they can't really do much. You can't go up the high ground. You have to stay on the low ground, and you have to get a long way back to get to any kind of farm. So Fnatic are gonna be quite happy. Look at their disperse. They know the enemies can't do anything. TNC, they would love to smoke away from this area, not into it. But a defended tower is a defended tower. Krish gonna be going for an axe. So we'll have that flame cloak. We'll be able to take up flight. Bok. He pushed back, doesn't have the BKB. Armel doesn't even want to use the lasso. Not seeing Mavis, he understands this could be a problem, and Sticky Napalm does get stolen, so a bit. They'll be able to get that a little bit on their enemies as well. They'll look at Fnatic now. They just went away, farmed Armel. Going forward, they're gonna find Mavis. Kill him first, please, so that I can lasso people. He did use the Heavenly Grace, so who's gonna be saving you now? Finding the Lina, pulling her into her death. The onslaught through everyone, trying to save the Lina. Krish might survive because of this one. Mavis does buy back. They've lost the Lina. It's a little bit too late, my friend. You need to do that earlier. And Raven, very aggressive positioning, having the 9-second BKB. Sorry, make that 8 seconds. Is going to be something that you don't want to be going through. In the end, the Aegis expires, but the tower falls. The Fnatic, they do get 2 kills. Primal Beast with a Blink Dagger jumps in onto the Alchemist. The Lotus Orb is there immediately. The BKB will get used, and Carlo, even with a stolen unstable concoction, will not get the stun onto Raven, who just TPs away and is ready to continue farming. Approaching the AC. That is gonna be a big problem, you know. Asta is just coming to a point where he's doing damage, and then suddenly everyone has a overwhelming amount of armor. It's just every step of the way, Fnatic are ahead of TNC. Kind of expected, but you know, TNC. I know that this team has a lot of fans. They're hoping that maybe this team can start playing the way they did before. Kind of achieve their former glory, if you will. And TNC are in a smoke. Okay, this one has to work. They're going in a very aggressive position. This is a very aggressive one. You could even call it like a desperation one, because you're going into an area that you really don't have much control of, and the Fnatic are gonna know. Look at this. They know exactly where they are. They scan them out. They go for a smoke themselves. Armel just jumping in. He will get pulverized immediately. Can it finish him off? No, the Lotus are probably there, purging off the ulti, and now Carlo will just be left to die. Mavis comes over, says, kill me as well. I'm the healer, and I need to be saving my teammates. Meanwhile, in the backline of the fight, DJ will be using the black hole, and this primal beast will not be moving. We'll be losing the BKB fairly soon, and Bok is there trying to TP out. Not gonna be working, and Raven now goes for Krish. A Manta dodge, not able to do it. Sorry, not the Manta, it was the attempted illusion dodge, but unstable concoction, it cannot be disjointed. Just maybe you can if you do it perfectly, but considering that the illusions are gonna get stunned, you're gonna get stunned either way, so it's it was just impossible to get out of that one if you're Delina. In the end, Asta does live, so the carry is still alive, but the question is, how much is that gonna be helping you? And look at Fnatic. Their movements on the map, their understanding of what TNC is doing is just way too good. TNC, even when they play a little bit of faster Dota, Fnatic are ahead of them every single time. Carlo goes for Raven, or actually just goes to die. That's the way that we're gonna be putting it. It says please kill me. No, kind of a Harakiri attempt, because you don't want to live in a world where you're 17k gold behind. Fnatic is being an overwhelming force currently. No black hole, so TNC, they went for one desperation smoke. You should go for another one right now. Waiting for the BKB on Asta. Fighting in open field against Fnatic, it is not gonna work. You have to fight for this tier 2. That's why Fnatic are just insanely good. They know that TNC has to fight for this tower, and if they lose it, it's gonna be a problem. Now the last will be used. Mavis, where are you? Mavis, save me! I trusted you! Here I am, Asta. I'll save you. I'll do everything I can. Asta, though, taking a lot of damage. The impetus shots are gonna be there. Jonuel going forward. This is the position 5 gonna kill him. No, Asta still alive. Gonna be fed a healing cell, but in the end, he does die from Armel. The flame break will finish him off, and Raven now goes for Mavis. Hello, healer. You didn't save your carry, and no one will be there to save you as well. Krish looking very much dead. The question is only, when will we kill you? We'll kill you immediately. We're not gonna make you suffer. The unstable concoction, the alchemist even gets it out when he's not using it because of the Lotus Orb, and there's gonna be another one. 2 of those flying towards Carlo, literally not coming out of the stun, and this should be it. TNC, though, they're not giving up. They're not gonna call GG. They still want to fight. This is a classic one. Is that all you got? Well, you know, if Fnatic would use anything more, TNC would just get absolutely crushed. So not like they didn't already. So Fnatic, the first laner Rax, should go their way. On slot Bok, he decides not to. Even a beast, the one just that tramples everything, smashes everyone into the ground, is gonna be scared in front of the might of Fnatic, a TI team from Southeast Asia that is just crushing it here in game number 1 against TNC in the BTS Pro Series Season 12. TNC, come on, let's go. Smoke. Do you have one? They have 2. I don't see them GGing out before they use those 2 smokes, but if they get wiped, might just be the way to go. Jabs. Other than currently, TNC have 0% win rate, so, you know, even the god himself, the lord himself, doesn't believe in you. And it is a problem, you know, though TNC, they believed in themselves. That is that is what's most important. Lina throwing out spells from tier 4s. I don't think they believe in themselves that much. Bok will jump in. The Laguna Blade will get returned. Raven will just move out for a second. It says, I'll be up in no time. He drops out the concoction. They pull back the Primal Beast. Where's your BKB, Bok? Nowhere, but I have my Omni to keep me alive. They'll be using the Omni ulti as well. The Guardian Angel will not be protecting you at all. And Fnatic, they get themselves another one. There is a buyback. There's a buyback on the Primal Beast. We'll be using it. Asta goes forward. There's the BKB. It's gonna start getting snot on everyone. Let's see now. If you're sick, Asta, maybe you should go to a doctor. Let's see if Fnatic might send him to the afterlife. Oh, Asta gets the kill. Asta, though, still gonna continue using the nasal goo, but look at those impetus shots. Finally, the Heavenly Grace does come out. And he does survive, but even without their battery, even without the mid laner, Raven says go forward. Beautiful LSA will be connecting. Where's the damage though? Can someone get close to Raven? And he's gonna be saying no. I'm not getting close to that guy, just he's way too big for me. Definitely is the case. 10,000 gold difference between Asta and Raven currently. And even though it's an Alchemist versus the Bristleback, we see that there's absolutely no chance. TNC, they lose another lane of racks, but they're still ready to fight. They're still not ready to give up, but the win probability says, well, you guys probably should. TNC protecting the Roche without Bok. Not possible. So, oh, actually they do smoke up. They use the scan into the triangle. With no one being in the triangle, you know that the enemies are in Roche, but you're not getting there in time. Maybe they can get themselves into a good position to fight. The problem is here on the right side, there's already a ward for Fnatic, so even if you're smoked, the second it breaks, Fnatic is gonna see it. Raven has a TD. I can put double the hurt on you, Asta. Just if you stop, Asta doesn't want to use the BKB because he'll get purged off immediately. Heavenly Grace is there. Mavis, you want to run away. The lasso will stop him. They don't even want to use it. You're not worth it, my friend. Jabs goes for more. Carlo definitely wants to be cut down. He has the chemical rage. You think you can use that one? You think you can be as good of a chemist as the Alchemist? Well, probably not going to be the case, and Carlo will drop even with the overwhelming amount of HP regen. And there, he does buy back, but it's a 3 versus 5 scenario, pulling the Bristle back into his death. No Mavis to save you. They will pop the BKB. Asta turns around to fight, going for jabs, not doing any damage. Anyone else? Everyone wants to fight Asta. He just needs to kill that. He needs to kill that totem. The Wraith Pack not allowing him to do anything to anyone. TNC still staying in this game, still not wanting to go forward. Asta turns his back. Even with your back turned, we're gonna crush it. They don't get the kill though. Stun onto the battery. BKB will be used. And Lotus Orb will protect Armel. Will be fine for now. Let's get himself out. For the time being, doesn't have that much HP. Stable Concoction, gonna start getting charged up by Carlo. He throws it out onto Raven, the taste of his own medicine. He sees it, but he doesn't feel it at all with the heart. This hero is not taking any damage. Now the stun will connect. The tier 4s are actually starting to hurt him a little bit, but Raven will just move away. Now Enchantress being polarized into the ground. Juno will be fine. Not for long though. Even with the Nature's Intentness, the heals won't be enough, but the damage was done. Armel now wants to leave the base. You're not gonna leave this house alive. You went onto our territory. Get off my property. Get off my lawn. That's gonna be the message the TNC are sending Fnatic, but you need to send them to these mega creeps as well, because they're coming for you. They're definitely coming for you right now, TNC, and you can't deal with them too easily. Bog, though, has to use the BKB on the bottom part of the map to keep himself alive, and right outside of his base will go for a blink up. Does have the polarized jabs, just turns around, says polarize me to the ground. Let's see how much that does. Not gonna be doing much at all. Now though, Lena comes over, will start to take out the flame cloak, does give a lot of damage, but here comes the black hole, gets spun in it, go into darkness and get cut up. That black hole, though, it will not be enough because Krish is still alive. Turns around, tries to kill Jabs, not gonna be happening. Jabs is still alive, kill me if you can. Yes, we can, but Raven comes over, will be dropping down to Concoction. The buyback comes out from Jabs. He doesn't want to be dead at all. Mavis TP out will be successful, but TNC, even with 2 of their heroes surviving, will say it is enough. DJ has pulled them into the black hole, pulled them into nothingness, and with that, forced out TNC to finally call it a day. They'll call GG, and first game will go towards Fnatic. You know, kind of hoping for a closer game, but when we saw TNC not doing well in the lanes, kind of knew what was coming towards them. And it was just an easy victory for Fnatic. Even though it looked like at some points that TNC could get it. You know, in the first few minutes when they were doing well in terms of CS, as soon as Fnatic started hitting their stride, it was a problem. They weren't even getting kills. They weren't crushing. They were just systematically taking everything off the map. And in the end, they get the victory. So guys, you see my beautiful face is back. But it's not going to be here for long, though. Do not despair. We're only going to go on to a short break, a short one. After that, we're coming back with game number 2 of TNC Predator versus Fnatic.